Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Coach Sybil Kears. Welcome to the Breakthrough Zone, where every Monday I host a live coaching session, mindset coaching session. I like to call it Monday's Mindset. All right, we need to make sure our mind is in the right place in order for us to achieve success. This is where it starts. It starts up here. So I enjoy being able to come and share this time with you and talk about some of the things that people have asked me to talk about. So today's topic, we want to talk to the business owners. All right. You have some people that are business owners, and then we have employees, right? Because everybody can't be the boss. Let's just say that everybody cannot be the boss. Okay. Somebody has to be the employee. All right. Some businesses rely heavily on the employees. So I just want to make that clear. This is not anything against someone who has an employee's mindset. Because if you are achieving your goals in your career path, kudos to you. We want to applaud you. We want to tell you to keep on going, because your boss or whoever it is that is your employer, they are relying on you to do the best job that you can do. All right. So don't think that this is something that's going to be condescending or taken away from any employee. I'm an employee, even though I am a business owner. And so this is why I'm able to come and share some of my experiences, some things that I had to go through and grow through. Okay. Some things we go through and some things we have to grow through. But the truth of the matter is, I can't be the boss at my job. I can't be the employee in my business. So you have to learn to differentiate the two. I know many people who have started their businesses and are still an employee, okay? And that is nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you got to use the funds you have to fund your business, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's actually a good thing, all right? We must have capital and revenue in order for the investing process of our business to grow, all right? So I just want to clear the air on that point. We are not going to downplay anybody that has an employee mindset, because listen, employees nowadays, good employees are hard to come by. They are hard to come by, especially since the pandemic. They are hard to come by. There's many establishments that can't even open because they don't have good employees. Okay. So with that being said, speaking from my point of view, things I've been through as a current employee and as a business owner simultaneously, I just want to say there has to be a different mindset when you're stepping into the role of whichever one you are doing at the time. Good morning, Holly. God bless you. All right. So let's talk about it. An employee mindset should be focused on how to develop yourself to achieve whatever career goal you have, whatever path you're on, okay? First of all, you need to determine, is this just a job or is this a career? Why is that? Because if it's just a job, you may not apply yourself as much as if it was your career, as if what you had was everything that you were going to continue to move forward in to make sure you're feeding your family, to make sure you're supplying the needs for your current lifestyle and the improvements of that lifestyle. So if it's just a job, you might do things half stepping. You might not be as dedicated as you would if it was your career choice. Okay. So if you are a career status employee such as myself, you are going to do everything you can in your power to develop yourself for that position and the future promotions that potentially will come your way. But you are still limited in what you can do within that career path, because someone else has given you the parameters in which you can grow in. They will limit you into how much money you can make. They will limit you on how fast you can grow. They will limit you. And this is not in a negative way, but they set the parameters for you, okay? And you could do the best job for 20 years and stay in the same position. Or you could come into a place and do the best job you can for 5 years and get promoted. But the determination is based off of someone else, okay? So that's where you develop this employee mindset, where you are relying on other people. Good morning, Millionaire Juanita. Love you. Where you are relying on someone else to determine where you can grow from, okay? And with that, you are conditioned to do things when you're told. You are conditioned to do it as they say do. You're not they want people, they say they want people to think outside the box, but that box is still in another box, right? You can't just go far-fetched. You still have rules, regulations, policies, procedures, and all these things is where you need to govern yourself as to how you conduct business as an employee. And so the mindset developed is, I'm going to wait for someone to tell me. I'm going to wait for someone to show me. I'm going to wait for whoever's my supervisor to guide me. Right? And that is where it differentiates from the business owner. So let's talk about that. What does it mean to have a business owner mindset? That's something we need to differentiate between the employee mindset and the business owner mindset, or the entrepreneur's mindset. Okay. Number one, you're going to have to realize that this business is your dream. This is your dream. This is your vision. This is what you set out to do. You had to have a vision to say, I'm going to take this that's up here and figure out a way that I can make some money with it. I'm going to figure out how the way I can feed my family with it. And I understand that I may not be able to do it outright the gate, but I have a vision. So you have to start there. All right. As an employee, you don't necessarily need a vision. There's a vision already made that you are being paid to build. Okay. The vision of whoever is your employer. But as the business owner, you have to be the visionary. You have to be able to say that this is what I know, I trust, and believe can be conducive to the betterment of my family and possibly my community. Okay, that is the difference. That is one difference. All right. Another thing, employees, they tend to think without starting. All right. And what do I mean by that? I have worked with individuals that when they got to work, they clocked in and then they had breakfast. That's when they want to eat coffee and biscuits, but you on the clock. When you clocked in, you supposed to start working. But no, now they want to kick their feet up and then get their breakfast in before they start working, right? So you had time to think about how your day was going to be, what you was and isn't going to do, all right, before you got started. But the employer is expecting you that when you clocked in, you're on the clock. That means let's go. I need you to go ahead and start doing your duties that I'm paying you for. Because listen, as an employee, your employer is paying you for hours of your time, but they're paying you to do the job they want you to do within those hours of their time. So you can't sit there and say, I'm going to do it my way, because they're going to tell you hit the highway. Okay, they're paying you that exchange, that contractual exchange, that when you said, I accept this offer to be an employee, that I'm going to do a job within a certain amount of times. And this is the monetary exchange for my time that I'm giving you, be it minimum wage or whatever wage they agreed to pay you. But as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you sometimes got to start without thinking. Because if you wait for it all to make sense, you'll never start. Hello, somebody. If you wait for your business idea to make sense wholeheartedly, 100% completely, you'll never start. You'll never start. I'm going to give you an example. When I started this coaching business I have been doing coaching unknowingly for years. I gained experience just from talking with people who have come to me about various things, and just having it in me, I was able to go ahead and help them. Now, I didn't get paid for it. I was just doing it because it was just something I had in me to do. Well, listen, when you know that there's something you're supposed to do, it's not going to always make sense. I didn't know that was part of my business training. I didn't know that was something I was supposed to have been doing to get paid and make an official LLC out of. But when it became evident to me, when I realized that there were some things that I could get certifications for that I could potentially put into a business transaction, I immediately had a light bulb go off in my head. Listen, I didn't wait for it to make sense. I knew that this is some skills I had acquired just from talking to people, just from doing what I naturally do. I realized that there were some certifications, and I had started the business. I didn't have the first client. I didn't know how I was going to do it with the client. I didn't have a format of how I was going to do my coaching sessions. Yes, you need all of that. But I started the business. I went ahead and did what I had to do to make my business an official business recognized by the state I'm in and the federal government. I'm able to have separate accounts. I did all of that before I had my first client. So you can't always wait until you have it figured out, entrepreneur. Sometimes you're going to have to just start somewhere. You're going to have to start somewhere. All right. Something else is that is a variance between an employee mindset and the entrepreneur mindset. Employees aim for promotions within the organization. Again, that's a good thing, right? If that's what you are aiming to do, aim high. The sky's the limit. But listen, as an entrepreneur, you aim to promote your business. Okay? Why is that different? See, as an employee seeking promotion, you're going to polish yourself up. You're going to perform your best. You're going to look forward to them positive performance reviews from your supervisor. You're going to make sure that you're not messing up. But when you're promoting your business, baby, sometimes you got to get out there. Sometimes you're going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be something that you already know what to do in. Hello? Some of these folks on here right now know what I'm talking about. You're going to have to talk to people you ain't never think you would have to talk to. You're going to have to build your own business up to them so they can see the value in the business. The employee is building value in themselves. The business owner is building value in their business. They're going to have to let people know how great this vision up here and how this up here can benefit them. You're going to have to transfer this information up here into their mind. And the only way to do it is to promote your business. If nobody know what you're doing, how in the world can you expect people to come and find you? How will they know that you have what they need? This right here, word of mouth, is one way you're going to be able to do that. And that's what people do. When you are an employee mindset, you ain't ashamed to talk about your business. I'm not finna let you think that I'm coming to you about some games or scams or whatever the case may be. This is my dream. This is my livelihood. This is how I plan on being no longer an employee down the road. This is my bread and butter. This ain't no game for me. And when you realize that, you will promote your business with that passion. I'm not looking for the profit. My passion is for my products and my services and the people that I will serve. That's where I have the most energy. The money gonna come. The money gonna come from your dedication and hard work. The money gonna come. All right. You got to have more passion into what you're doing instead of focusing on that dollar amount. All right. So another variance, employees, they dream, they wish, they hope. But entrepreneurs, they plan. They make it happen. All right. They're going to sit around people that know this business. They're going to involve themselves in transactions so they could gain experience about how to do better for their business. They're going to go to trainers. They're going to seek out all kinds of leadership, different tools that they can attain so their business can grow, so they could take it back and put it into their business. I seen something that resonated in me. All right. When you work for someone, they're basically paying you to forget your dream so you could build theirs. You got to reverse that narrative. You got to turn that thing around. You got to be willing to build your own dream so that it could eventually pay off for you. Okay. Bless you, Pastor. I love you. Thank God. And listen, let me do a sidebar. Anybody need some real estate in Virginia? Holler at my girl, Juanita. Anybody need a transcriber for their podcast? Holler at my girl, Nahalia. They are there. Anybody want some showstop jewelry? Listen, hit up Mika because she got it going on, okay? I need y'all to hit up these people. These are millionaires on here. You better get tied in before you be tied out. Come on now. All right? Listen, employees, they think money is everything. But entrepreneurs, they know time is everything. You got to value people's time. When they come and they're willing to come and patronize your business, when they're willing to come and sit with you, when someone is willing to mentor you, listen to me, when someone's ready to come and impart some knowledge and things of their experiences with you, you value that. You don't take that for granted because they didn't have to do it. Okay? Ain't nobody on the job going to want to help you do better than them. Hear me. All right. Employees, listen to me. Your supervisor, they'll help you, but they don't never want you to surpass them. Why? Because they don't want you to become their boss one day. Hello. So they're going to limit the amount of information they give you. They're going to give you just enough so that they can say, I told them not to do it when you get in trouble. They transfer that liability from them to you. But when it comes to being a business owner, you're going to see that there's some people that are successful and they're not intimidated by you being successful because they already comprehend that no matter what's on your plate won't take away from what's on my plate. But when someone is willing to give you something on your plate, do not take it lightly. Value their time. Value the fact that they took some time out of where they were and what they were doing just for you. They didn't have to do it. But listen, some people don't mind doing it. Like me, I'm doing this live coaching session for people to get this information. It ain't because I want anything in return. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you be successful. That's a business owner's mindset. They want other people to be successful. We don't have that crab pot syndrome. We're trying to reach back and pull other people up because there's more room at the top for all of us. There's enough room at the top for all of us. Okay. Now, this is what I want to talk about. Employees, your frustrations probably going to be permanent. If you are dissatisfied, if you have a supervisor who is just not it. It's not where it's at. You have to deal with them. You got to bite your tongue a lot of days. There'll be blood running out your mouth. You bit your tongue so hard because you know you want to say some things, but you know the Lord is watching you. You know you've built up a name for yourself in this establishment and you don't want to be that embarrassment. So you do everything you can to refrain from saying what you really want to say. And that frustration when the conditions of where you work aren't improving, when you're having to run short and do the job of 3 people but getting paid for 1. Come on, somebody. I'm speaking for myself. Okay, you're doing the job of 3 people, but the employee only see you valuable as 1. Okay, and you get frustrated. Well, guess what? As long as you stay there, your frustration is subject to be permanent. Okay. Now, an entrepreneur, a business owner, they know that frustration is temporary. You know why? Because I have the opportunity to change, adjust, to build, to prosper. I have this ability in my hands that even though it may be starting right here, even though it don't seem to be moving, I'm still able to invest in this thing, okay? Whenever you plant the seed, you don't never eat the fruit the same day, okay? So you know that even though you might be hungry right now waiting for that seed to grow into that fruit, you know it's coming. So your frustration is going to be temporary. You can't allow that to be a permanent thing. You got to brush that thing off and say, how can I get around this thing? Okay, if this is right here stuck still, there's something else in your business plan that you could be focusing on. There's something else that you could switch over to take your mind off of that. Don't get stuck in that frustration pattern because listen, it will hold you back. It will stop you from moving forward because you're going to get stuck right there and you're going to miss out on the other things that require your attention, which leads me to my next point. Employees, they will focus on what's immediately in front of them. And they're going to do what they got to do, but they work by the hour. They work by the dollar, not by the hour. And entrepreneurs and business owners, honey, we don't have no time clock. I was up 6:30 this morning preparing this and getting ready for this and doing this pertaining to my businesses. I don't have to be to work till 6 o'clock this evening, but I was up at the crack of dawn. I was praying with some of my sisters, trying to set forth the right atmosphere for my day. You got to understand you cannot work by the hour. If you're an employee, you're working for that dollar. But when you have your own business, the dollar amount ain't going to always be the end result because you got to put in a lot more time. When you're building your business, you can't do it during certain days that you just gonna speak to somebody. You don't know if you got to speak to somebody 2 o'clock in the morning about your business. You don't know when it's gonna come. You might have to get up out your sleep. You might have to get up earlier before you get to work to prepare some things for your business. Listen, you cannot work by the hour because you won't never find yourself getting what you need done. If you're focusing on, well, I'm only gonna put an hour into my business today. What you going to do with the other 23? That's 23 more hours of opportunity that you could potentially have grown your business. Why are you going to sit back and let time be the determining factor of what you can and can't do? No, because you understand, this is the thing. You might be putting in the time now, but it surely will pay off later. It will pay off later. You will find yourself grateful that you have developed yourself in your own business. Now you are going to do this one thing that is so key that business owners have to do. You need to make your process something that can be duplicated. Ain't no need to go and try to reinvent the wheel. If you've already invented the wheel or you got a wheel, ain't no need to try to reinvent another one. And every time you do what you do, you're going to have to, as you expand, you're going to have other people that's going to join your team. You're going to have employees, or you're going to have business partners. Whatever it is, you're not going to be able to do it all by yourself. So whatever process you're doing, you got to make it something that can be duplicated. You got to be able to show other people how to do it. And you got to do it in a way that you ain't got to nurse them. I can't feed you no milk, boo. I'm trying to get this steak on your plate. Let's go on and eat, okay? I don't have time to nurse you because I got to handle this over here. So if I've delegated this task to you, I've done it in such a way that there's a system in place that all you got to do is do what I told you to do, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. If you follow that system, you could take that and teach somebody else. Guess what? That's growth. Which leads me to my next point. You have to have a growth mindset. Employees, they want to grow, but they only want to grow within that organization. If they're dissatisfied, if they're passed up for promotions, if they don't have an opening position available, they stay where they are because they still have to make that money, right? But in a business, you have to have a growth mindset. You have to know that what you're doing now will potentially increase. That's the goal. What you're doing today, it ain't for just today. If you made $5 today through your business, you ought not be going out spending that $5 buying something you don't need. You need to be wanting to reinvest that money right back into your business. And then you turn that $5 to 10. When you get that $10, you don't take and put only $5 back in because $10 can't pay nobody's bill. You need to put that $10 back in there. The growth mindset says to me, listen, what I have now needs to be put back in because it can reduce larger results. That's a business owner's mindset. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's easy to have a business owner's mindset. These are the things I want you to take away because I'm sensitive of you all's time. Number 1, business owners, take initiative. Take initiative in your own business. Don't wait for nobody to ask you, did you do this? Did you do that? If you've been given the blueprint, start building. All right? Especially my MLMs, network marketers. I've done them. Team building. We just want to sign folk up and we get their signature, we get their payment, and we leave them to sink or swim. That is bad business. Part of your business growth is your team growth. That is the focal point of MLMs. They are not scams. They are not schemes. They can be productive. The problem is, are you working the business like you should? If your mentor or your coach told you to give them 25 names so y'all could sit down and talk to 25 people, get them 25 people on that paper and let's get to talking. Don't you sit there and tell somebody that I don't think they'll be interested. Who are you? You don't know what somebody is willing to do. And if they tell you no, guess what that no means? Good, try again. Let's go to the next name. Don't you let no stop you. Only way a no will stop you is if you let it. Okay? If a no say no, guess what? Guess what? I could get back with you later. You know how many no's was no then and came into a maybe and then became a yes? Plant that seed and keep it moving. Don't you let that no stop you because you got 24 more people on your list that you could talk to. When you get through that 25 or ever how many you got, you better go on to the next person. Keep building. Keep talking. We know enough people that you should never get tired of talking about your business to. But you don't cancel it out before you give them a chance to tell you no because your fear of rejection or your fear of disappointment. Listen, business owners, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to have some days that ain't as productive as others. You're going to have some days you didn't make as much money as you thought you should. You're going to have some goals that you're going to be this close to meeting and you don't. But guess what? You get another month to try again. You don't stop. You keep going. You keep building. Okay? If I'm sitting here trying to build this foundation and one of the bricks is broken, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go grab another brick and we're going to keep on building. You do what you got to do to keep moving forward. Deal with the fact that there's going to be a struggle, but understand that it's not a permanent situation. It's just a way for you to build character, fortitude. It's a way for you to keep persevering. It's a way for you. Everything you go through is building you. And as you become a builder, you will build your business even further. But if you are sitting there waiting for someone to hold your hand with your business, go get a job and fill out an application somewhere. If you are waiting for someone to motivate you to promote your business, go ahead and get a job. If you know that you don't have any organizational skills or not trying to get any, if you are all over the place, you need a mentor. You need a business coach that will help you get those things in order. But if you are looking for someone to help to do it for you, then you have an employee's mindset. Just know your lane and stay in it. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with being everybody can't be the boss. That's all right. Okay, but don't be trying to be the boss and you still have an employee's mindset, because you will do your business and your teams an injustice. All right, but if you have a business owner mindset and you just know, listen, I'm not going to keep working for somebody. I know I have things in me that is meant to prosper, that is meant to pay my bills, that is meant to get me this lifestyle I'm trying to attain so that my legacy that I'm leaving will exist after I'm gone. Hello, somebody. Having that business owner mindset ain't for your here and now. You just planting seed. But the seed you plant should not only grow into fruit to feed you, it should continue to grow to feed those who's coming behind you. Okay? Your kids need to be straight because of the business you started. Your grandkids, nieces, nephews, uncles. Same way they're going to come to you if you hit the lottery wanting a handout. Let me tell you what I got. Let me hand out this application to this business I built. Let me give you a job. Let me help you get employed. This is what the wealthy do. They use systems that's already working. They apply it to what they're building. They make it duplicated into a system that other people can follow. So when they're gone, it still rolls on. That's something we have not been taught in school. All these student loans, ain't nobody taught that in nobody college. Ain't nobody got the bachelor degree to tell you this financial education, but people have been doing it for years. And it starts with you. It starts with you having the right mindset to do what you got to do. In spite of everything going on around you, if this business is your dream, you don't stop dreaming. If this business is your baby, you don't stop just because he got sick. When you have your baby and the baby start cutting up, crying all night, you don't take it back to the hospital and say, I want another one. You still nurse that baby and you grow with that baby and you learn with that baby and you watch that baby grow, and everything you put into it, you hope and pray that when that child becomes an adult, that everything you imparted in him, he will be successful. Treat your business like your baby. It may spit up sometime, it may get sick sometime, but guess what? It don't stop being your baby. And you got to keep pouring into that business. You got to be willing to invest in yourself. You got to say, by nothing else, this is something I'm willing to do. Because if I worked all these years, and this is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to get off this thing. I worked all these years. I gave so much of me into something that wasn't mine. I gave so much of me into something that wasn't mine. If I was able to dedicate my life, my time, my everything to this particular job, so someone else could kick their feet up and reap the rewards, why can't I do that for me? Why can't I do that for me? It's time that we realize we got some things in our hands. My God, we got some things in our hands that we keep waiting for someone to tell us to use. God already told you to use it, number one. The desire in you, the vision in your mind told you to use it for number two. What are you waiting for? Like I said, the whole point of this particular coaching session is so that if you can keep it real with yourself to determine, am I truly a business owner? Am I ready to be a business owner? Or do I need to keep my job? Like they said, keep your day job, right? Either way you travel is okay. Just know your role and know your position and play your part. And whether you're an employee, be the best employee you can be. But if you're a business owner, know that you got to transition your mind. You're going to have to get out your comfort zone. You're going to have to take some steps into uncharted territories you didn't never think you would walk in. But I'm going to tell you something, how you know your name ain't been put in them places, waiting for your feet to go there. Don't be afraid of them no's. Don't be afraid to be of their hard work. You done worked hard for somebody else, work hard for you. Work harder for you. Don't be afraid of having to spend a little more time, losing a little more sleep, because in the end it will pay off. You may not be able to sit around your family every day because you're trying to build this business, but once it get off the ground, guess what you're going to be able to do? Guess what you're going to be able to do? Now, this is the last transition. I handle taxes. I do taxes. I'm a tax professional. Being in business, you're entitled to certain deductions, right? When it comes to your taxes, we're approaching tax time. My client's hitting me up as we speak. Take care of your paperwork. Don't mix your personal with your business. Get your LLC established. If you don't know how, visit me at bosslady101.pro. Schedule a free business consultation, and I will have you understand what you need to be doing. Okay? Establish your business the way it's supposed to. It's not a hobby. Okay? If it's just a hobby, you need to keep your day job and make a little coins on the side. But if this is your business, this is your passion, establish your LLC. Get you a separate business account in your checking account. Okay? All your transactions for your business need to be going through your business account, not your personal. If you got a Cash App coming to your personal, people will look at that as a hobby. Get professional. Okay? Establish your name, whatever state you're in. File your articles of incorporation or corporation or whatever type of business structure you have. If you don't know what a business structure is, visit me at bosslady101.pro. We need to talk. All right? If you're going to be in business, do it right. So when you get your paperwork, when you got to deal with Uncle Sam, when you write off these miles, okay? Some of us love to go out to eat. Yeah, let me tell you something. Wealthy people don't take vacations. They take business trips. Don't let that go over your head. When they go out to eat, they don't have dinner. They have business meals. Okay? When your paperwork is in order, you can write these things off. Why is that important? Because as an employee, you got to pay taxes. They don't care where you eat. They don't care how many miles you drive to and fro. But when I get in my vehicle, everywhere I go, I'm talking about my business. Legally, those are my business miles. You take what you want. I put it on the table. You take what you want. Have your paperwork in order. Okay? If you're just starting out, first and foremost, get you an EIN. It's free to do. Don't let nobody come and charge you hundreds of dollars. If you need help, I don't charge a whole lot to do it. I charge enough to help you. But there's some people charging hundreds of dollars to do it, but you can do it yourself for free. Okay? Figure out what your state requirements are to establish your business structure for your business, be it a sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, corporation, S Corp, C Corp, whatever it is. All right? And get yourself a bank account separate. Start building business credit. I have a whole credit card. It ain't got my social security number to it the first. It has my EIN number. Okay? Building my business credit. So when I buy the car for the business, it won't affect my personal credit. These are things the wealthy do. So business owners, we'll talk about that in future episodes. If you have any questions, I'm available. I appreciate and love you for your time. Thank you for tuning in. Like and share the video. Come through for your breakthrough. Well, this 2022, we moving up, y'all. We moving up. I appreciate. Hey, Hilda. Oh, my God. I was just thinking about you the other day. I'm going to hit you up after this. You in my spirit. I got to hit you up. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. I swiped the comments off because it was going to throw me off. But I will go back and review the comments. If you're catching this later on, hashtag replay for me. So I know you were there. Inbox me if you have any questions. I love you all to life. Much love and success. God bless. Till next time.